They call him the Big Easy because of a swing so smooth it looks effortless. But that nickname might be the most misleading label ever stuck on a man, behind that unhurried stride and velvet tempo. Ernie Els has lived a life that has been anything but easy, while the world marveled at his major championships and a fortune approaching $100 million. Very few people saw the father who collapsed in private anguish after learning his only son was severely ill. His relentless drive to compete for 2 decades was never about sports cars or yachts. It was about building a world-class facility in Florida where his son Ben had a real chance at a normal life. Ernie Els lives not like a king on a throne, but like a battle-hardened warrior, quietly guarding his family's fragile happiness. He turned down tens of millions from tournaments that clash with his values and drives practical pickup trucks rather than polished luxury sedans. At 56, Ernie Els still carries the unmistakable look of the Big Easy. The blonde hair of his youth has gone silver, and deep lines sit the corners of his eyes. But that unhurried walk and impossibly smooth swing remain completely intact. If you assume he is just a retired athlete coasting on old glory, you are badly mistaken. Behind that relaxed exterior is an extraordinarily sharp business mind running a multinational empire, turning the Ernie Els name into a premium brand reaching far beyond any golf course. He grew up in Johannesburg, South Africa, in a solid middle-class family with a strong athletic tradition. Before golf, he won the South African Junior Tennis Championship at 13 and showed real promise in cricket and rugby. But golf was where everything clicked: the silence, the individuality, the absolute personal accountability. His professional career produced 4 major titles, including 2 U.S. Opens and 2 Open Championships, more than 70 worldwide victories, and over $50 million in prize money. In the 1990s and 2000s, he was one of the only players with the class to stand alongside Tiger Woods. Where Tiger was explosive and dominant, Ernie was fluid, rhythmic, and sophisticated, a playing style that sustained him for more than 3 decades. Today, his most substantial income comes not from hitting golf shots, but from designing golf courses. His design company is considered one of the most prestigious in the world, and he does not simply license his name. He personally walks the terrain and brings a mindset of a major champion to every hole he creates. A landmark course is preparing to open along the coast of Cabo San Lucas, and Els Club projects in Portugal and across Asia are attracting the world's most exclusive clientele. Each contract generates millions in royalty and management fees, and real estate values around his courses consistently rise. Alongside real estate, a crown jewel in his financial portfolio is wine. The Ernie Els Wines estate in the celebrated Stellenbosch region is not a vanity project. He hired world-class winemakers and built his flagship Bordeaux-style blend into a wine earning outstanding scores from major publications and appearing on menus of 5-star restaurants in London, New York, and Tokyo. His wine cellar holds thousands of bottles from every vintage since 1999, with the earliest now genuine rarities. For Ernie, the cellar is not a showroom but a journal of 2 decades of effort. He takes close friends down personally, pulls a long-aged bottle, and shares it. Because great wine is meant to be enjoyed with people you care about. At the same Stellenbosch estate, a trophy room holds 2 claret jugs, the iconic silver award given to the Open Championship winner. Ernie lifted that cup in 2002 and again in 2012, putting him in extraordinarily rare company. Next to them stand 2 U.S. Open trophies from 1994 and 1997. He placed them in a public space deliberately, believing victory means more when shared. He has also accumulated one of golf's most unusual private collections, hundreds of putters, each tied to a specific tournament, a specific moment, a specific feeling in his hands. The hardest chapter of Ernie Els' life began in 2008, when he and his wife Liesl received the diagnosis that their son Ben had severe autism. Ernie was at the peak of his career when the news hit like a thunderclap. He has said publicly that in those first months he was completely lost, shocked and overwhelmed in a way no golf tournament had ever prepared him for. The family relocated from England to Florida, chasing the best medical resources available anywhere. There were stretches on tour when Ernie missed straightforward shots and critics questioned his focus, not knowing he may have spent the previous night awake because of Ben's difficult episode. Rather than retreating into silence, he chose to speak openly about his son's condition, not earn sympathy, but to force a real public conversation about autism. He founded the Els for Autism Foundation and the Els Center of Excellence in Palm Beach Gardens, a world-class facility helping thousands of families. He is now expanding to serve autistic adults, building supported housing and vocational training programs so they can live with independence and dignity. He wants this to be the legacy attached to his name, not the trophies. Throughout all of it, his wife Liesl has been his foundation, together since before he was famous. Their marriage has endured the glory and the heartbreak side by side. She manages a family and runs a charity, so Ernie can work with a clear head, one of the most admirable partnerships in professional sports. Ernie has never been shy about speaking hard truths. His rejection of LIV golf was loud and pointed. He called a circus threatening the traditions and values the sport was built on. He has clashed publicly with current stars and tour leadership over the direction golf is heading, and he does not apologize for it. He believes the sport must protect its history and its dignity rather than chasing cheap entertainment. His two homes reflect the two sides of the same man. The residence inside the Bears Club in Jupiter, Florida, is private, secure, and built around calm for Ben. Wide open rooms, soft furniture, and deep quiet. His second home perches on a cliff above the Indian Ocean in South Africa, where floor-to-ceiling glass walls dissolve the boundary between the house and the sea. That is where he lights the grill himself, pours wine he made with his own hands, and talks until late with the people he loves most. At 56, Ernie Els is not winding down. He still competes on the PGA Tour Champion circuit for the pure love of the game. His design business is growing faster than ever, and the Els Center of Excellence is expanding into a full community for autistic adults. He is saying no to commercial noise and spending more time fishing, reading, and watching the sun drop into the Indian Ocean. His greatest victory was never a major championship. It was a decision, made in the worst moment of his life, to turn pain into purpose and build something that will outlast him by generations.